Today on the channel, we're back again with another NECA Universal Monsters unboxing and review. And today, we got the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive glow-in-the-dark Phantom of the Opera and the New York Comic-Con exclusive glow-in-the-dark Dracula.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Kyle here, back again with another NECA Universal Monsters unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we got a tale of two exclusives. We got two glow-in-the-dark figures. We got the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Phantom of the Opera. And we got the glow-in-the-dark New York Comic-Con exclusive Dracula. But of course, for all your NECA needs, make sure you're hitting up Entertainment Earth. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10% on all in-stock items. Anything over $79 does ship free. Gotta get a deal out there. And something just feels like it's truly missing here in this NECA Universal Monster unboxing. Just feels like a piece of me is missing here. And it's normally like he would be sitting right here. But of course, this is going to be the first NECA Universal Monster video without my dad. It is a sad, sad state of affairs here. I don't know. Can I get up for this? Should I do NECA unboxings anymore? I don't know what's going to happen here, but we're going to try to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. And Todd McFarland is joined on the couch today. He has been a reliable guest as of late over there from the couch, and he wanted to be here for moral support to help me try to get through this unboxing video without the help of the legend that is known as my dad, Tom Peterson. Tom, I wish you'd come back. We all wish you'd come back. We're hoping it happens one day. It's just there's something missing in these Universal unboxings, and this is the first one we've done without you. So really a sad state of affairs right here, but we're going to power on. We're going to try to go in order right here. And I guess we're going to take a look at this Phantom of the Opera first, the glow-in-the-dark, whatever, you know, it's just the way it goes. But here it is. We've unboxed these before. I guess we'll unbox them again. And we got the glow-in-the-dark Phantom of the Opera here. Now, I waited in line for like 4.5 hours for this in July, a hot July summer in San Diego. Maybe it wasn't that long. Maybe it was 10 hours. I don't know. What is time? What is waiting in line? What is fun? What is sadness? What is deep regret? What is missing someone? What is longing? I don't know. You guys tell me in the comments. But it does look, of course, like Lon Chaney. Don't call him Junior. Lon Chaney with a face only a mother could love. Or my dad. He always loved Lon Chaney's face. He always said, man, that's a face you could set your watch to. And boy, he was right. But looking good here. Very classic Remco styling, as we do know with the packaging on these. We get the old Remco style orange font down here, looking really good. Of course, we're glowing in the dark. And both these figures had regular releases, black and white releases. I believe Phantom is to come later on down the line. But we have seen these two before. Just a little bit of a twist on these two with the glow-in-the-dark gimmick. And of course, a lot less options with this. And we'll get into that when we get them off the card here. But there he is, Lon Chaney, and then you got the glow-in-the-dark Phantom here. On the back, old school black and white, and that's kind of how my mood is, black and white today. But you do got the whole big cross sell. We did unbox all these on the channel with my father, of course. My father was there for those unboxings. Happier times on the channel is what we like to call them. But we did unbox those on the channel, and so check those out for a lot better videos probably than this one. This is probably the worst unboxing of all time. But we power through. We power through. But we got all the credits here, all that, the cross sell. We'll bring some of them out in a little bit here. But it does say Phantom of the Opera, an authentic posable action figure based on the classic Universal Monsters mini monster collection from the early 1980s. And that was a great time to be alive, the early 1980s, as I know for sure. This is recommended for ages 14 years and older, so my dad could have truly handled this and played with this and been in here for this unboxing. Unfortunately, not the case. He's not here. And a lot of people will probably leave these on card, but not me. I'm too sad. Too sad to leave them on cards, really. See you later. See you later. Goodbye. There it goes. And now we got the old Phantom out of the package here. And Lon Chaney, don't call me Junior, looking very interesting out of the package. Now, he truly looks like the Phantom of the Opera. As you can imagine, A lot of reuse between the Ultimate version, which we unboxed on the channel once again. We do get that same outfit, same body mold, same all the kind of stuff. He is all in black here. Got his black pants, black boots, got his black vest on. Got a red vest underneath that black vest, and of course a white shirt. I'm sure he's sweating. It's real hot, especially with this big cape over the top. He's got his ribbon around his neck there. He's going to tie a yellow ribbon around the old oak tree, and I've actually tied a yellow ribbon around my tree in my front yard, hoping for one day my dad returns from war and comes back to the channel. We'll see if that ends up happening here, but he's got a ribbon around his neck, looking very nice. Black cufflinks, or not cufflinks, but ruffle on the arm here, looking good. Now, the big thing here is, of course, the cape, and truly cape season represented year-round these days, as we do know about another friend, good friend of the channel, of course, Lando Calrissian. What? And Todd says, of course, don't forget about Batman. He really likes Batman's cape. We know that, Todd. We know you love Batman. Just like I love my dad on these videos with me, but we just always can't get what we want. We just can't. But we dive in here with this cape, and it's almost like the old school. Whenever I see a cape like this, it reminds me back to the Kenner Star Wars collection. Obi-Wan Kenobi, Jawa, Darth Vader, you guys get the point. Kind of has that same feel. Those were late 70s. This was the early 80s, these Remco versions. But a nice feeling, kind of a vinyl cape on this one. It's not the cloth capes that we know and love. It's an old school style cape here, which does work for what they're going for with this one here. Now, one of the big differences we see with these figures here is, of course, in the head sculpt department, it is the greenish, kind of yellowish tinted skin for the glow-in-the-dark. We get it on the hands, we get it on the face. We know all about that there. So we do get that here with the Phantom of the Opera. Looking scary, looking like he's going to scare somebody from underneath the opera, all that kind of stuff. Big bags under his eyes, scary nose, scary face. Just a misunderstood, scary individual is what the Phantom is at the end of the day. And this is where my dad would have a good story, but unfortunately he's not here to give that story. So I'm trying my hardest here. I'm just trying my hardest, guys. You know it. You know I'm trying. But of course, we do got articulation on this figure, I will tell you that much. We got the arms that go all the way around. We do got a bend at the elbow. We do got side to side at the elbow. Hands back, forth, side to side. He's going to point at you. He's going to point and say, I'm coming for you. He's got that hand going on. And then guess what? He's got another hand over here if there's two people. That way he can point this way. He can say you and you. He's got two pointing hands going on. Good for him. Of course, you do get waist articulation, a little side-to-side action there. Leg does go up, single jointed knee, side-to-side at the knee, ankles back and forth, up and down. And that's usually pretty much it for the articulation on the old Universal Monster here. Now, does he fit on a Ringside Collectible stand? Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10% at Ringside Collectibles. As we do know, those stands are caught up in the Panama Canal. Shout out to Panama. Shout out to Michael Anthony. Shout out to Sammy Hagar and David Lee Roth. Why not Eddie Van Halen, rest in peace, and of course Alex Van Halen too, and Gary Cherone while we're at it. So Panama all day long. There it is. But there's the old Phantom of the Opera, glow-in-the-dark edition, San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. But now we turn our attention over to a good friend of the channel, really good friend of my dad. Unfortunately, he is not here to talk about this one, but we'll try to power through once again. It is one Bela Lugosi as Dracula. Now, Bela Lugosi, as we do know, not the easiest to get the rights from, but they did get him here, of course, for NECA and a few other companies as well. You got the old Bela Lugosi seal of approval up there is what we will call that. And then there's old Bela Lugosi looking only like a Bela Lugosi could look if he was in New York Comic-Con exclusive glow-in-the-dark edition from NECA Toys. That's exactly how he would look. I think he also looked like that in his coffin as he was buried in his Dracula outfit. Takes a true professional to be buried in a Dracula outfit. I'm going to be buried in, I don't know what, maybe a Night Demon shirt or a Rancid hoodie or maybe a Motorhead jacket. We'll see what happens. I'll be buried in one of those ones. Place your bets at Vegas if you want. Of course, glow-in-the-dark action here. Same read-up down here as well. Then you get that classic orange font going on. Very similar to the Phantom of the Opera, as you can imagine, is what we have here. And once again, a lot of people I could see keeping these on a card. I do understand that if you want to. Cross-sell down below, credits up at the top. Very plain Jane, very throwback style. And I wish we could throw it back to the old days when my dad was here for these Universal Monster unboxings. But time waits for no one, as we say. What is time? But let's get Dracula off the card here. Let's see what's going on. Dare I say, let's see what the fuss is all about here with old Bela Lugosi Dracula. And there's always fuss. See you later. Goodbye, as we do know. As we do know. But we're going to pull it out. We're going to give the old see you later there. The old see you later here. This is dangerous. Thick cardboard here. You hit a Detolf with one of these and it's lights out. Detolf glass everywhere. Gonna go easy. See you later right there. But now we get old friend of the channel, Bela Lugosi, out of the package here. And a little twist on the face on this one. Of course, it's Bela Lugosi, but they added some blood. They did not add fangs, and that's one thing we always hear with these reviews, especially of Dracula, Universal Monster. There's always somebody in the comments, so don't be that guy or gal. But they always put it in the comments, well, they messed up. They should have gave us a head with the fangs. Well, as we do know in the Universal Monsters, my dad taught us many moons ago, probably a year ago on the channel, he said, hey, a lot of people mess up on that because he never did show fangs in those movies. It's the theater of the mind is what that one is. He also never showed blood, and of course blood dripping down the side here. Really off-brand for old Bela Lugosi, but it is cool for what it is, makes it feel at least a little bit different. But there was never blood in the Universal Monster Dracula movie coming from Bela Lugosi's mouth. That never did happen there. Now the Hammer horror movies, which we're very excited for, some Christopher Lee figures, some of those, maybe a Peter Cushing, who knows what we'll get. Of course, my dad will not be here for those reviews either because he is so anti-Hammer films, as we do know. I was trying to hopefully have, hey, we'll watch the movie and then we'll review the figure. I think it would have been an all-timer. I don't know. I'm still taking auditions for a new father over there. And Todd, you're high on the list. Todd is very high on the list. We're going to see. One of these days he's going to walk over from the couch and he's actually going to sit beside me. Stay tuned to that. Hopefully later in 2024 we'll see what happens there. But let's get back to old Dracula here. But outside of that, of course, the face, glow in the dark. It's Dracula at the end of the day. We know how that works. Same cape style going on. Instead of all black, though, he's got that iconic red for Dracula underneath. Really looking like Dracula right here. Looks like Dracula from the Burger King Kids Club collection. And unfortunately, I should mention that there's that NECA Fright Crate going on. It's Loot Crate, Fright Crate, whatever you want to call it. Of course, I talked about it on the Toy News of the Week when they announced Frankenstein. Totally spaced it off, forgot to order it. Then the Dracula release flew under my radar, so I'm 2 down on that one. I got to somehow track down both those figures. Thankfully, I did pre-order the Creature from the Black Lagoon, but man, I got to figure those out, and hopefully at a reasonable cost. I don't know. Could be a rough go. We'll see what ends up happening there, but very similar cape styling, as you can imagine. Get the most out of your molds. Just a little bit of differences here, of course. Then you get old Dracula looking like the Count he is. You know you're a vampire at the end of the day if you wear a medallion like that around your neck. Just signifies that you are a vampire of some sort. Probably your circles, Transylvania, who knows? You never know. I'm the Midwest vampire, some do say, because I don't sleep. But, you know, there's no rest for the wicked, as we always say, like a young Ozzy Osbourne. But looking good here once again. These villains and these monsters always so dapper in their dress. Man, they're just dapper all day long. That's the problem. My grandma, you know, I said my grandma, if she was still alive, she wouldn't let me in the house with this hair. She'd let a guy like Bela Lugosi in. And you know, you never let a Dracula in. You never let a vampire in your house. Recipe for disaster. And I feel like my grandma would have fell victim to Bela Lugosi's Dracula. I think she would have. I really do. Shout out to my grandma, once again. All in black attack, got the white underneath there, got a little bit of a collar going on up top. Love the red eyes on this one. I didn't mention that earlier. It does look really, really good. Of course, articulation can be identical to the Phantom of the Opera, so we don't really need to walk through that one there. He does got kind of the open hands here, almost the zombie mummy walking hands, or I'm going to put a spell on you like a young John Fogerty hands. That could possibly be going on here as well, but it is Bela Lugosi at the end of the day. I think you know who this is. Somebody hands it to you. They might say, why is his face green? Well, it's green with envy because he misses his dad too. We all miss our dads, I think, at the end of the day. But here it is, Dracula, Bela Lugosi, glow in the dark, New York Comic Con exclusive. 2 exclusives, 2 very similar figures, and I do wonder a little bit if these were exclusives because the other ones didn't set the world on fire at retail. They weren't for everybody, and I wonder if this got kind of slotted into exclusive status, and that might be it for this glow-in-the-dark line. I guess we'll see what happens in the future, but I should bring out the other glow-in-the-dark friends, and truly friends, because these ones we unboxed with my dad on the channel. If you guys remember back, go watch those videos. Happier times there. But we, of course, got a mummy and a creature. Everybody loves a mummy. Everybody loves a creature, especially. And you got a Wolfman and a Frankenstein, and you got to have those as well on the way. Now, Wolfman's a tough one. He doesn't like to stand, so you definitely need a Ringside Collectible stand for him. Of course, discount code Kyle saves you 10% at Ringside Collectibles. But there it is. Murder's Row of Universal Monsters here in this down in the dumps, sad times review. It's just the way it goes sometimes, as we do know. But a very cool set right here. Nice looking together all together. I think this looked really good. Of course, in the future, looking at 2025, I am working on my glow-in-the-dark room where I will move all my glow-in-the-dark figures into one room. More of a large closet is what it will be. And it's going to be like a light inside there. I'm going to open it up. It's going to be like, oh my gosh, turn the lights off. No, it's my glow-in-the-dark figures. That's what it is. So look forward to that in 2025, if we make that long. You never know. You never know. And maybe in 2025, my dad will return to the channel. Fingers crossed. I think we're going to need to give everybody his address so we can all mail him cards and mail him letters. Better yet, maybe I'll give out his phone number and everybody can call my dad on a regular basis. Hey, come back to the channel. Come back to the channel. We need you. We need your knowledge here. We can't do this alone. We need a break from just Kyle every once in a while, but probably not going to happen. Probably not going to happen. So there it is, though. Universal Monsters, Dracula, Phantom of the Opera, and the rest of the friends. Hopefully you enjoyed this Down in the Dumps video. Just a hard time and disappointment over here. But let me know your thoughts on this set. Did you pick them up? Did you pass? Did you play the long game? Did you play the no game? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And of course, don't forget to thumbs up this video. It's the best thing you could do to help my mood here. Get me out of this depression, this deep, dark depression I'm in. A thumbs up goes a long way. Just ask Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Yes, Hacksaw will tell you ho all day long. So make sure you thumbs up the video. And even better yet, subscribe to this YouTube channel and my other YouTube channel. We got 2 YouTube channels going, videos every single day, and even more content, if you can believe that, over on Patreon. You won't see my dad over there, but you will see me even more if you want to see some of that kind of stuff. We get early access to all the videos from both YouTube channels. You get bonus content, Q&As, giveaways, pizza stuff, dog stuff, you name it. It's over on Patreon, and it does support the channel, and it might get me some depression medication. Who knows? Who knows? You can also support the channel at ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson, and don't forget social media. SirPaul64 on the X, and then, of course, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads and on Instagram. So for the Universal Monsters Glow in the Dark edition, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.